hold on.
But the point is, the argument's not really grounded or anything. It's more just like you just kind of feel like it.
Come on, let's not do personal answers right now, dude. I'm just trying to.
Are you drunk?
Are you fucking retarded?
Alright, y'all. I went on Omegle. I found 8 people, 8 people, and I made them debate about U.S. politics. I gave them some prompts, and they took it away, and it's a pretty good video. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh, and by the way, for like the first 20 seconds to a minute, my mic wasn't working, but I'm pretty much just asking everybody to introduce themselves. I'm not saying anything important. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, my name's Laurent. I'm my political beliefs, I'd say like center of left, maybe like liberal, something like that.
My name's Evan, and my political beliefs is I'm pretty progressive. I'd say I'm left to like middle left a little bit, I'd say.
Yo, my name's Nick. Far right. You know, I'm Republican. Yeah.
I'm apolitical. My name's Rob.
Hey, my name is Martin. I'm somewhat Republican. I'd consider myself a conservative.
My name's Anne. I'd say I'm a liberal.
Okay, it's working. Okay. Alright, I'll start with the first prompt, but the prompts don't really matter. Y'all can ask anybody whatever y'all want. Y'all can take it in whatever direction y'all want. But feel free, anybody can talk, anybody can do, try to do no slurs. Y'all can insult, it doesn't really matter. First prompt, how do y'all feel about Trump's handling of immigration and ICE?
I think we need to go harder.
You think you could be harder on it?
I think we need to have more enforcement, yeah.
What do you mean by enforcement? Like
I mean, like systemic, I think.
Okay.
I think immigration, control as it is, like we have how many illegals in our country at the moment, that shouldn't be here. A lot of them, consisting of violent rapists and criminals. I don't think we should have those in our, those people in our country.
Where do we get that a lot of them are violent criminals and rapists? Like, do you think the vast majority of them are violent criminals and rapists?
Statistics.
Would you say?
Exactly.
Would you say if I'm
vast majority?
Would you say if I'm in the
No, I would probably say like roughly. I don't know the exact statistic, but I would roughly say like 15 to 20. And a lot of those people are also drug traffickers. That's why they're coming illegally.
Did you know on an average per capita basis, people who are citizens of the United States versus people who are here, like immigrants, and the majority of American immigrants do come from Mexico, but just to clear up that point. But on a per capita basis, a citizen is more likely to commit a violent crime and a felony versus an illegal immigrant.
But
can I jump in for a second? Maybe a chance. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So that statistic has been proven wrong multiple times because, for one, you can't account for the illegal immigrants that aren't processed, and a lot of them end up just getting shipped back instead of going through the whole judicial system. So that's not entirely correct.
You're actually attacking the people who come here legally, and they actually take the time out to do it, and now we're legally making it legal to allow illegals to come here. On top of it, too, look at Europe right now. Europe is a fucking mess. Look at Spain the other day. Spain got invaded by Morocco because they signed a deal with Israel. That's called something fishy's going on right now.
Facts.
Wait, they got
they
got who signed a deal with Israel?
Morocco.
Like when?
That happened like last week.
They signed a deal with Israel, and that's why Morocco invaded Spain with migrants?
Yeah. Look it up.
Interesting.
We should go back to the U.S. though.
I don't know. I don't really think Israel had much. I mean,
it's a worldwide issue. That's why I'm saying that. It's a worldwide issue. I was bringing in Europe is being invaded right now, and America is too.
Hold on, I think we have a new person.
We have Abdullah.
That's Abdullah. He'll be the co-host.
Okay, my bad.
He might argue a little bit. We'll see.
Okay, so let's say there's a violent criminal immigrant, because I'm not gonna lie and say
illegal.
Sure, we'll say illegal for the sake of this hypothetical. Like, I'm not, obviously, right? I think that if you're gonna come to this country, you should come here legally. But the issue with coming here legally is that it is so difficult. Unless you have a large amount of money or a family member in the U.S., some wait lists here are over 20 years long. Right?
I think it should be. I think it should stay that way. I think the U.S. as being the best country in the world, and I think if we have a stricter immigration policy, especially with people who want to come here legally, I think it should be a rough hard thing to do. I think you should be able to prove the fact that you're worthy to come to the United States.
I agree.
Well, on
with
top
that.
of that too, you don't want people who are coming in here who are literally uneducated and they're savages. You want to screen them as much as possible because you don't want to put people into society who are causing issues.
Okay,
Yeah.
RS, let me ask you this. RS, would you want to be a lawnmower when you're older? Like, is that like a career that you would
I cut my
consider?
own lawn, so I don't know. Are you talking to me or are you talking?
Do you want?
RS.
I hope-
Oh, you call me
I hope
Margaret.
Would you?
I hope you want to.
Would-
I
Martin?
hope you wouldn't want that bum ass job.
Yeah,
That's
like
like
would
a-
you want?
Someone's got to do it though. Someone's got to do it.
Exactly,
Yeah, but
right. Someone's
that's a
got. Would
bum
you want
job.
to? Would you want to work in like sewage or like wash dishes?
Depends how much you're paid.
Wait, hold on. This is getting gross because, like, why do we assume people who are illegals only do shitty jobs?
People who are
Facts. Oh,
not
yeah, I
not
see.
illegal.
That's a good one, yo.
That's a
No,
I
good
kind of
one.
got
The
you.
That's
point is,
facts.
the
I'm
point is,
saying
you
people
could
who
take
are
in.
illegal. Yeah.
Sorry,
say
yeah,
it.
you could take in immigrant. You said you only want to take in immigrants that are like educated and like worth like for the economy. But just because someone's not educated doesn't mean they're not worth it for the economy. Because there's jobs that like we still need, right? That
Most citizens
require
don't
very
want to
low
do.
education.
So wait, so you're saying that you want to just dump a bunch of like low IQ people?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. No, that's
You're
actually not what I'm
strawmanning
saying.
that argument completely.
Yeah, that's
Would-
not what
would-
I'm saying. I'm saying there should be a way for like I'm against illegal immigration, and I don't. My problem with the Trump administration is not the fact that they're going after illegal immigrants. You can go after illegal immigrants. I just don't know why you got to shoot Americans in the face to do that. Because somehow other presidents were able to do it without that. So clearly, there's definitely a way to do
I have a
it. Right?
question.
Well, we also didn't have the same dumbass liberals that we did back then. Like at least
We have the
then
same dumbass like people that we had all the time.
People have been ever
just
since the
more of
woke
them.
movement. It's been so worse, bro. And I think we can all agree on that. It's been way more radicalized, especially on the left.
Okay, sure, whatever. But still, regardless, yeah. My point is, there's definitely a way to take in. Like, we don't need to only be taking in like PhDs and like engineers. Like, it's good that we do, and we need them for like certain specific jobs. But like, I don't want to do some of these jobs that like immigrants are doing.
I'm gonna
right?
have to add on that. Like look at Europe. Look at Paris, for example. All the immigrants there, all the migrants.
Yeah, they have their own problem. I agree. They had a very bad problem.
Okay, but it's going to be the exact same thing if we're taking people from the exact same places.
I don't want it to be like that. That's why I'm saying we have to be careful with who we take in, but we should not totally stop taking in people, right?
No. And maybe at the moment, I would say at the moment, like we should have like a hold on
That's
immigration.
retarded.
Yeah, we gotta slow down. Right now, we're in like $39 trillion in debt right now. We don't have time right now to be buying 5-star hotel rooms with these people because they're in a war situation. We gotta stop fighting the wars, and we gotta start.
We have too much of an issue already in the U.S. as it is.
Issues right now.
We need to stop worrying about immigration and start worrying about hypergamy, bro.
It's
about what?
Yeah, it's fact, bro.
Real shit, bro. Hypergamy is getting bad, bro.
It's getting real bad.
Okay, I guess hypergamy's getting.
It's just facts. It's just facts. But go ahead.
Well, I mean,
hold on. I want to hear some from the woman here. Women should have a right to speak.
Yeah, she should talk.
Yeah, I'm not as educated on immigration. However, I do feel like ICE is using unnecessary force, and I don't support that.
In what way?
Yeah, I think that's a broad line from the TV that we watch every day that's designed to make you feel a certain way, because when you feel a certain way, it gives you a reaction and you get pissed off about it. I don't think it's actually legit.
And what
It's a
news source do
small
you watch?
percentage of people who actually have the issue. What's up?
What news source do you watch?
I don't watch any news source whatsoever. I just literally read everything I can read, and
like independent
I think it's more of a trigger point to divide and conquer. When you divide a civilization through, ICE is killing people. Well, I mean, look, it's going to happen. There's bad apples everywhere. But at the same time, too, man, we got to figure out what the actual issue is. And if you look at the actual deeper situations that actually happen, yeah, they're fucked up situations.
Listen, like, I know, like, we're talking about news and shit. I just want to say, like, where I get my news from. I get my news from Axiom.trade. Like, on new pairs, there's always new news dropping and new things dropping. And I think it's, like, genuinely one of the quickest ways to find, like, news and, like, see, like, what's actually happening in the world and stuff.
Can you tell me what that is again? Can you repeat that?
It's Axiom.trade.
You ever do news? News medias
System
nowadays
sponsor.
are actually out to create money. They want
No,
money.
it's-
They want more money. They want more clicks. They want to create the
That's
biggest
actually true. Yeah.
story in the world to make you want to read their stories. This is not news anymore. This is now called entertainment. Like
just
movies
like-
nowadays.
Yeah.
They want
Well,
movies
to
that
build on
create
that,
these crazy
it's
ass
entertainment.
adventures.
Fox actually, well, when Fox got sued for misinformation, they claimed that they were an entertainment
All right.
source.
In 2008, Barack Obama
Facts.
claimed that you can now
That's Fox.
you
That's a
can
far right
now
source.
I don't
create
listen to Fox.
you can now so Barack Obama made a law that you can have propaganda in the United States because he knew. Well, he's not. I don't think he knew. I think he's part of the program where he knew, like, hey, man, like, let's make propaganda in the United States legal. He made it legal in 2008. Look it up. Look it up.
That was real interesting.
Alright, if we ran through this topic, we can go to the next one. If y'all have any questions on it, y'all can ask right now. But
Go for it.
Well, I just wanted to ask Anne. So
I just
why
wanted
do you-
to. I just wanted to say that Obama never made it legal to.
He did. 2010 doesn't
Propaganda.
make what it was. Propaganda.
Uh,
Sorry.
you can just look it up on Google. You're just not true.
Anne, why do you think that ICE is like being too like disruptive or whatever?
Too forceful.
Sure.
Yeah, so there are multiple reportings of ICE officers killing or harming immigrants, legal immigrants.
Yeah, because they were causing like the cops like distress and stuff.
It's like it's like the
They-
George Floyd
the-
incident. Like
a cop is not.
It's
just
called
like,
illegal for a reason too. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not as educated on immigration. However, there's actually, do you remember the guy that was killed in Maine by an ICE officer?
the same one who had a gun in his waistband.
No, that was Alex Preddy.
I don't know. You're talking about that. My bad.
There was a guy who was killed in Maine by an ICE agent. He wasn't the person that the ICE agent was looking for. However, they decided to shoot him anyway, and his child was in the car.
What was he doing? Wait, what was he doing? Why did he get shot? I don't think ICE agents just walk up and shoot people.
Give me one moment.
It's funny too how like the media stirs us into like, oh, it's an innocent guy, but what about the sex traffickers that happen all the time? The sex
Or, like,
traffickers who get children over here and I'm sorry, go for it.
Yeah, so like Epstein, who was Trump's best friend.
Yes, not a Trump supporter.
Okay.
I'm not either,
Well,
so
While she's looking, what would you say about like possible like, or would you say that from having so many immigrants here that there are some like economic benefits?
there's none. Because hold on. So my point is the fact that a lot of people don't realize this, but if you have an illegal immigrant working on your farm, you can pay them $5 an hour. And it's under the table. You're actually ruining the economy because you're not using the actual money of the government to fund them.
How much money do you think? And I'm asking this to Raz. Is that your name?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know. How much money do you think illegal immigrants put into taxes in 2024? Like put in the tax system?
I mean, illegal, so non-documented citizens.
It's less than 1%.
No, but still, I'm just asking how much. How much do you think they put?
I don't know. I mean, if you're not documented and working, that means you didn't do anything at all, right?
No, so illegal immigrants can get an ITIN number, which
Okay,
is
but we're
temporary
talking.
tax.
Okay. But now we're getting broader with visas and all that jazz, dude. I'm talking about
mean?
people who are undocumented, right?
Yes, people who are undocumented. How much do you think they put into the tax system?
I-
Tax
So
system,
how?
put into-
Hold
put into
on.
Medicare,
So my point. You're right. Maybe you have a good point. You probably do. But my
It's
point
not,
is,
because it's really not, because it's still less than 1% of the entire
Let me-
taxpayer.
yeah.
Okay.
But my point is
it's
if
still $98
hold on.
million though.
No, it's
Like
not, dude.
putting
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
It's
It's
closer
not.
to
$98
40.
billion.
It's closer to 40.
Billion?
Into
And even then, that's not even that much. Even if it was 100 billion, it's not that much.
But the tax money's going to what? Iran right now, dude? Come on, man. What is this tax money going
No,
towards?
no, it's not going to Iran.
It's going to fucking, we know who it's going to.
Where's it going towards then, dude?
It's going to me.
Yeah.
Welfare?
No, it goes to me, the rich people like me.
You're rich? No.
Of course.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting all weird. But yeah, dude.
Should we go to the next topic?
Yeah,
we
let's go to the
should,
next topic.
we should.
Alright. Do you think abortion should be federally legalized?
I
Yes,
think it's
I-
a demonic
how about-
system, and the fact that we allow that to happen through as a form of birth control
How about-
is demonic.
How about
hey,
we just go around and say what we believe, pro-life, pro-choice.
Yeah, my bad.
before-
All right, I'll
Yeah.
start from this guy up here, or I don't know if y'all have the same like.
Wait, no,
Ackland.
I'll go through right to left. So
Yeah.
I'll go then. You go first.
Wait, what was it about abortion?
Yeah.
What do you
think
believe?
it's federally legalized?
Federally legalized? Yeah, I think it probably should be, but up to a certain point. Like, I don't think there should be like abortions like 1 week before birth, obviously. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say up to a certain point, and then you could debate like what that is.
Okay, Evan.
I am pro-choice until 20 to 24 weeks.
Nick.
I'm not gonna speak on this topic.
All right, Raz.
Yeah, so I feel like if you're using abortion as a form of birth control, you need help.
So, are you pro-life or are you pro-choice?
Hold on. First, RS
The pro-life.
and
pro-choice until 20 to 24 weeks.
all right, y'all can ask whatever you want.
Okay, Raz. Did you know that it is literally impossible for a woman to use abortion as a birth control?
How?
She's gonna
Yeah,
hold up.
so-
Hold on. I really want to get
Hold
into
on, let her
it.
finish. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
not to be rude right now. Let her finish.
I've heard this talking point a lot, but go ahead.
Yeah, I can
so-
probably challenge it. Go for it.
Abortion takes a toll on a woman's body, so they like literally cannot get multiple abortions at once.
Okay, well, I knew people in my past when I was younger who had their girlfriend get abortions because they didn't want to use a condom. Is that maybe my real life was fake? I don't know, but it happened.
Yeah, so A, that is a subjective experience, and I'm glad that you have shared that. B, I believe that that is wrong. C,
I do
it does.
too. I agree with you
horrible-
100%.
Please don't interrupt me.
That's
C,
agreeing
it
with
does
that,
take a horrible toll on the woman's body. Getting multiple abortions is mentally and physically draining for the woman, and
Yes,
I
it is.
believe
Yeah, right.
so it should not be happening. And
No.
if a male is forcing a woman to get multiple abortions, that
He's
is
nuts.
wrong on the male's part.
Right. So the guy was crazy, dude. I knew the guy. I didn't know him personally, but I knew him
I don't
somewhat.
think
and
we
I-
should.
he
I
was
don't think we
crazy.
should use anecdotes in this argument.
Agreed.
Like, I understand that's your lived experience, but I don't think we should be using anecdotes to justify.
Yeah, because
issues
low-key
and
gaff
issues.
about anecdotes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But so as I said, I'm personally pro-choice to 20-24 weeks. It's my cutoff. But then after then, I'm completely okay with like abortions, with like in the case of the mother's life,
Medical
like that.
necessities.
medical necessity. So
That's a whole
RS,
different storyline. I agree with you too. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
RS,
Yeah.
what's your opinion on? So you said you're pro-life. What are your opinions on like the mother's life being at risk?
That's a different medical term than abortion.
Okay. RS, do you make exceptions is what we're asking. Exceptions for life of the mother, rape, incest,
I
those-
believe, yeah, maybe if there's like a full like report or whatever, and if there's like a proper way to go legally about it, I think that would be exceptional or accepted in my viewpoint. Especially if there was like a incest or if it was like a 12-year-old or something like really like disgusting like that. But
think-
I believe if you look this up, there's a different medical term for abortion when it's for the mother's life. But yeah.
I think
Why-
Charlie Kirk said it right. It's 1% of situations of abortion is actually for the mother's help. It's not. It's more used for birth control. And I
Okay.
could be wrong.
So even if something is 1% for the mother's life, though, you can't
No, I
discount
agree with it.
those people. Like you can't completely discount those people.
Right, but like he said, abortion term is used lightly right now. Abortion, to me, I look at it as a person who's too lazy to use a condom, right? And
What if the
Yep.
condom rips?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
come on, guys, come on. Now we're getting the deep end right now. I'm talking about realistic sex, dude.
That's
Talking about
realistic.
when your dick's not that big,
Have you
guys.
had hold on? Have you had sex,
Raz, you-
Raz, have you had sex before?
Oh,
No.
my God, I've had sex before.
Okay,
Come on, let's not do personal insults right now, dude. I'm just trying to talk right now.
Before.
this kind of matters.
You can't talk about it if you've never had sex before.
Facts. I actually think
I've had sex before, trust me. I've had a lot of women in my life, dude.
That's the most
It's not the
you
conversation
can't
right
talk
now.
about this because you've never done it. Like, bro, okay.
Okay.
No,
So
can I-
Can I
Well, you
talk
be
about,
no.
can I
Okay,
talk
wait.
about, like, flying
Obviously,
to outer space, even though I've never
let's
been
not get
there?
into personal insults right now, dude. I definitely have sex for, but it's fine. I'm not.
Wait, Raz, can you turn the light on? Because it's really hard to see. We can see everyone's face, but it's just really
Yeah,
hard to see you, and
yeah,
it's
I
just
can-
good for the debate.
also, Raz, 51% of abortions are because of failed contraceptives, according to the Guttmacher Institute.
That's
Yeah, but who owns that institute?
well. Hold up. Even then, that stat would.
Yeah.
wouldn't
You gotta
matter.
remember, like, who's
That
making
wouldn't
these
matter.
studies up, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people make
But no,
studies
no,
up,
no,
dude.
no. I don't think that study's made up at all. I don't. But
All right, quick
What?
timeout though. Quick timeout. RS, can we put this track or the debate back on like the rails?
Yeah,
RS,
yeah.
RS, why are you pro life?
Because I think it's immoral. I'm not basing that in any type of like religion. I'm not
Thank you.
religious
Okay, good.
at all. Essential. I believe in. I believe in one God. I'm a monotheist.
So it's immoral because you said so.
Yeah, it's my subjective opinion.
Okay, cool.
But I
So-
think that
okay.
but I value life. I
Okay.
think that life starts at conception. That's
Okay,
what
I
you're
agree
asking.
with you that life starts at conception, but I value life at the capacity to deploy consciousness. That's what
Yes.
I believe. So
Okay.
at 20 to 24 weeks, that's the youngest a fetus has lived outside of the mother's womb in the NICU unit. It happened in San Francisco in like 2018, I believe. I don't know the exact year, don't quote me on that. But essentially, are able to pull the plug on brain dead people all the time. It's very common in the medical world, and that's because those people don't have the capacity to deploy a conscious experience, right? So, with that being said, are you smoking a cigarette indoors, Raz?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'm listening right now. Keep talking.
Okay, no, but as I was saying, so before 24 weeks, at that point, the fetus does not have the capacity to deploy an actual conscious experience. So while yes, you could say it does have life, I don't value it in the same sense of someone.
So the reason why I value it more than someone who's brain dead is because someone who's brain dead, there's a chance that they might, gain consciousness at some point in time, but a fetus that is growing inside of the womb will almost 100.
It will become. Yeah. This is a zygote. I'm sorry. This is a zygote fucking argument, dude. It's just a never ending argument, dude. But at the same time, too. I'm sorry, I interrupted you, dude. I really am.
No, it's completely fine, man. Please.
You're chilling, bro.
My point is the fact that this is zygote anomaly. The fact that this is eventually going to have consciousness. At the same time, too. If you're having unprotected sex with somebody for pleasure, the devil. I believe in woo woo shit. And I believe that if you're fucking around, you're gonna find out.
I don't think we should use religion. I don't think we should use religion.
I'm not trying to right now. I'm just saying in general.
The devil.
Well, okay, but you're saying that. If you're in lust and you're doing lustful things, I mean, there's a reason why that book's out there.
I just don't think we should use a religion because I think religion is such.
I'm not trying to. I'm just using the forms of what we're told as a species that has no idea what's going on in reality.
What are we talking about, boys?
Abortion.
Fire.
Atlas opinions.
We need cameras on.
All right.
Yeah, we need cameras on. Let's get to it, brother.
What for? For YouTube?
Yeah.
No. Nah. No.
Hey, don't show your dick.
Get out.
I'll keep.
We need to see facial expressions, bro.
Facial expressions, bro.
Yeah, like Raz. See how Raz is.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, man. Anyways,
no camera.
There I am.
I don't think no camera's gonna fly.
There we go.
Oh, there we
go.
I'm sorry. I do love your mustache. Before we get political,
Thanks, Doug.
It's beautiful. Great work.
Oh yeah.
So, what are your political opinions? What are your ideologies? Where do you fall
Like in
on the
general,
spectrum?
on the topic of abortion or
Abortion.
where do you-
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Abortion.
abortion bad, murder bad.
Perfect.
Can you define murder?
Yeah, killing.
What you mean unjust killing?
So when I like kill a cow to eat its meat, like have a steak dinner, am
I think
I
we're
Killing
humans,
I
right?
sentient life
that's
Humans,
specifically.
illegal?
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
So-
talking about Atlas's definition.
Killing sentient life.
Okay, if I kill someone in self-defense because they're gonna kill me, would you still
That's
say that's
totally
like
different, dude.
murder and
No, that's
unvaluable?
not murder.
Atlas, you just said killing sentient life?
Mhm.
Then why do you believe that abortion is wrong before 20 to 24 weeks and then it's sentient?
Because it has the potential for sentient life.
Do you believe in killing potential for sentient life as well as murder?
Yeah, I don't really see how there's a difference in unjust killing of sentient life.
No, you made the clarification that it's sentient, not us. That's why we're
Yeah,
asking.
because you asked for my opinion.
Okay, never mind. Rest my case.
Wait, hold on. Rest your case. What do you mean? Rest your case?
What?
Wait, hold on. Exactly what?
What?
Rest your case on what?
He just brought up an example where, like, before 20 weeks, it's not a sentient life. So by your definition, it wouldn't be murder, right?
No, it is. A heartbeat is a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
Literally,
You know the
he
heart
said
has more
it's
brain
sentient.
cells than the fucking brain does, dude. That's the thing too, bro.
What?
These guys, look it
So-
up.
Did we
So
take ninth
that-
grade biology in here?
Yeah.
I gotta know.
I just read a lot, dude. It's fine. But the heart has more fucking brain cells than the fucking brain does itself. Hey, you can laugh all you want, but
All right.
actually,
Bro,
honest.
No,
Raz, I feel like I'm being dominated at this
I'm not
angle,
even
dude.
disagree with you, but did you just say that a heartbeat has more brain cells than a brain?
Your heart has more
Heart-
brain cells than your brain does, dude.
What is a brain cell? What makes a brain cell different than like a skin cell?
I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking scientist. Well,
Okay, cool.
scientists are fucking.
But you read a lot, right? Don't you read
Awesome.
a lot?
Yeah, dude. So the heart has more brain cells than the brain does itself.
But we don't know what brain cells.
Co-host Abdullah, I have a task for you.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna rewind for a second. Ready? So when people get heart transplants, they actually have skills that the person who died or gave them their heart, they have. There's a weird thing behind that, dude.
Are you drunk?
Are you fucking retarded? Because
No,
I'm being serious right
no,
now, dude.
I'm
You're
not even-
definitely
no,
trying to
I'm
make fool me
so-
right now,
Oh
dude.
shit, he got your
Dude.
ass.
Dude, he got me, bro.
Bro, you're
Oh my
cooked,
God.
bro. It's over.
Fuck.
Raz, I
Raz-
really feel like I'm being dominated. This is bad. Like,
No, but seriously,
I don't
Raz.
like that I'm looking up at you.
Do you know what a brain cell is?
All right, look it up. Just look it up.
Heart
I can
cells
tell you what a
don't
brain
produce
cell is.
electrical signals like brain cells do.
Look it up. Look it up, dude. I'm telling you right now, it's true.
Okay, let me look up. Does a heart have a brain cell? How many?
There might be many
brain-
similarities, but it's not identical to a brain cell.
The heart.
So when people get heart transplants, dude, they
Zero.
actually have the same exact emotions as people who they got the heart from. They get the
Does
same
not have
experiences.
The
more
heart,
brain
so the
cells
heart
than the
has
brain
neurons in it.
itself.
The heart
I
has
think we should move
neurons in
on.
it.
Maybe we go next. Let's
Let's move
topic.
on.
Let's not go next. Because this is actually hilarious. You guys have no shit.
I want to settle the does heart have brain cells first. I need somebody to clarify.
That's good.
that.
Okay,
No,
so
I-
a heart has neurons. A heart does not have brain cells.
Yeah.
A brain cell is specific to a brain.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh.
Raz,
English language.
Uh,
yes.
how can we go around here and just say our age just for the
Yeah.
just for classification or like a range, even if
Either
you're not
Abdullah or
comfortable saying your age.
19.
19.
I'm also 19.
I'm 18.
26.
I'm 16.
Raz,
Oh, 38, dude.
Man.
38. Nice. You look good for 38, man.
Yeah.
Actually, you kind of do.
All right, next topic. Can we?
Yeah, sure. What do you guys think about the war in Iran? Do you agree with it? Disagree with it?
Good.
Mixed opinions. I mean, I'm very against Iran and Russia and that whole axis of resistance. I guess you could say I'm very.
we can't win the war.
Huh?
We can't win the war.
I was getting to that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
But obviously, I mean, this buffoon does not really know how to run a war. Went into it unplanned. Got kind of mogged by Iran, which is embarrassing. And yeah, I think it was very unplanned, and there wasn't a clear goal, so the outcome was pretty bad. Even though I support taking down the Ayatollah, and I'm glad they did, but I think they did a bad job at it, and it should have been more thought out before they went in.
Can I go? All right. I'm against personally any religious fundamentalist nation. I don't believe in religious fundamentalism in any form, depending on the religion, or no
Israel is
matter the religion. Huh? What'd you say?
Israel is one. Though.
Oh
It's
no, I
not.
don't like Israel
Israel's not
either.
a theocratic state.
Mm,
I-
you're right.
They're not theocratic, but
Yeah.
I'd like to also say with this war in Iran, I do think Iran is like a possible threat, but I also think a lot of the information that we've been told on Iran and all of this does come from some Israeli influence that I think that we do need to take out of our country and our politics as of right now. I think we're in this war a lot part because of Israel. I'm not saying we weren't going to get there eventually into a conflict with Iran, but I think Israel does have a major part in this because Netanyahu for the past like 5 years has been saying Israel's 2 weeks away from the nuclear bomb,
20
2 weeks
years.
away from the
20
nuclear
years.
bomb.
20
Yeah.
years.
I agree. I disagree with some of your wording there because I think, first of all, let's not take the blame away from Trump too and his administration. Trump has been saying he wants to, go into
100%.
Iran since like '85 or whenever the first time he
Yeah.
said it was, and they were all like absolutely going ham when Obama tried to do the nuclear deal, which I actually supported. But so I think Trump and his administration are a lot to blame, and yeah, obviously like Netanyahu, piece of shit. And he did try to sort of pull America into the war, and yeah, I know like the lies about like they're 2 weeks away from nukes, 6 weeks away from nukes. Like yeah, of course you're not going to get rid of uranium there. You're not going to like you're not going to tell Iran and be able to like make Iran not build a nuke. There's very smart
Do you
people.
think this is based upon the new Israel agenda, where they want to create
New
the
Israel
Bible
agenda?
code,
What?
Bible prophecy?
What Bible prophecy?
Come on, who knows this?
Too, but like I don't believe in it.
Like it's
Yeah.
I don't believe it either. But I'm just saying, do you think that's what they're doing right now?
What are they building that you or what do you think they're building?
Was it in the Israel project? There's a whole
Like
platform.
you think they want to take back land between the Euphrates River and the
No,
Nile?
the Bible states they have to do this. This is their goal.
Okay, the Bible states
Yeah,
a lot of
that's-
things that aren't true. So like
No, yeah, it's not even like I get what Raz is saying though. Like
I don't think
it's their
so,
law.
especially now that they're going to have elections and it's almost certain that the more centrist and left wingers are going to win and the religious orthodox are going to be not stripped of their power obviously, but they're going to have way less power, and I think it'll be
I also think to tie to Iran and Trump, I think him pulling out of the JCPOA was not smart at all.
yes,
because
agreed.
That's true.
consistently when like UN and NATO officials were able to look at how much enriched uranium Iran has had, it's never been over the like 3.8 I think percent that they said that they were going to have under until Trump pulled out of the JCPOA, and as soon as that happened, like
They enriched more than they were supposed to. Yep.
They enriched more than they were supposed to. Yes, which
And what's
still,
funny is he's
like,
probably going to sign a deal that's similar to the JCPOA and then say it's his deal, even though it's
Yes.
it's based on the framework that already existed.
Yeah, that's a great point, honestly.
we all agree. It's so beautiful.
Well, I don't agree because why Israel have nuclear bombs?
Why does
Israel doesn't have nuclear bombs.
They
Israel
do.
has no bomb.
They do. Look it up.
they
Look
don't-
it up. Look it up.
They don't admit.
Wait,
They
hold
don't
on.
admit
Actually,
to it.
I'm
So
pretty
it's
sure
not-
they
Look
do.
it up. Look it
Can
up.
I get a fact check on that? Because the other day I don't think Israel
They
has any bomb bigger than 4,000
officially they
pounds.
don't admit to nuclear weapons, but they do have nuclear weapons.
Would that not be a
Yeah.
conspiracy? And not
Yeah, they have 90 to 400.
It's not. It's pretty well
Really?
known that they have a doctrine. Yeah, it's pretty well known that they have nuclear weapons. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
Why
just,
can't they? Why can't Iran? You know what I mean? It's what the
Okay,
fuck's going
hold on.
on?
No one's. First of all, no Iran. Okay, would a world
That's fine, go for
be better if Iran had nuclear weapons versus not?
Dude, I don't know, man, because I don't know these guys. It was like
How
every
is that
time I
not
see a
like,
video
it's
of them, dude, they seem pretty
If a
peaceful.
bunch
know
of
these guys.
radical jihadists have nuclear weapons, do you think the world is safer or no?
Dude, why the jihadists, dude?
What?
That's who they are.
Why are they acting the way they are?
The jihadists?
Look at hold on. Okay, you ready? Look at New York right now, dude. There's a mayor right now who's a
What
jihadist.
does that have to do with anything?
He's not a
There's a mayor
jihadist.
in
Wait,
New York
what?
right now
He's not a
who's a
jihadist.
jihadist, dude,
He's
and
not
we're
a-
allowing that to
He's
happen.
He's not a
ethnically
jihadist
Muslim.
at all. Yeah, he's not a jihadist
I'm
at
Muslim,
all.
dude. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry. No,
Iranian,
for this guy.
the regime that has controlled Iran since '79 is like okay. Maybe they're
I
not
get
like
it. I get it. I get it.
but
I get
they're
it.
very radical Islamists. Okay, of course, ideally, I would love for them to not have nukes, but that's probably unrealistic because it's a huge country with millions of people, with millions of scientists. They have the power to make nukes. They have the capacity to make nukes, and they're probably going to do it. The best thing you can do in that case is what Obama tried to do, the JCPOA. That's your best option. Like,
Yeah,
there's
but
nothing
right?
better you can do than that.
I think here's the thing, though. I will say about the, contract or whatever. Like you said, they did end up getting more, uranium than they were supposed to and whatnot.
That was after the JCPOA was ripped up.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
When UN
Okay,
officials
my
went
mistake.
into Iran,
They actually
after,
surprisingly did follow the deal that the
Okay.
precursor to the deal and did.
I don't have a say in that. Then. All right.
I think we could all relatively agree that war in Iran.
Yeah.
Okay.
successful
Alright,
battle.
moving on to the next topic. Do y'all think civilians should be allowed to own AR-15 style rifles, just like automatic rifles?
Okay, yes, but I don't think you know much about guns.
With civilians owning guns like that, it's just as long as we're
Yeah,
responsible.
do one time thing, dude. One time thing. That's cool. It works out very well.
Also, most civilians can't own automatic weapons.
You said it was your first podcast, so do one time thing. That's pretty cool.
Was
Just got to
that?
get an SOT.
Huh?
You just got to get an SOT.
Yeah, but most civilians won't end up going through the, forces to get.
Well, that's the thing too, man. Like right now, like we have a lot of Israelis trying to get the First Amendment, and I feel like we need to keep this idea of no, they are. Come on, man. They ain't
Second
laughing,
Amendment?
bro. Look in
You
the
have
news.
like a
I
tick.
just don't,
You have
I just
like-
don't think that's relevant.
You
to
have
our
a tick with
conversation
these
right now.
Israelis, bro. You just can't get them out of your mouth.
No, dude, I'm being serious right now, dude. I can
Oh,
give you the
Israel.
article right now.
God.
You said that.
I'm not
The
a fucking Jewish hater, dude. But I'm
Raz,
telling you right
I
now,
don't-
dude.
I didn't
This
say you're a
I
Jewish
genuinely
hater.
don't- Raz, I
did not say
genuinely
anything
don't.
about you being a Jewish hater. I'm just saying you're really
Raz.
just anything you can find a way to bring up.
And what are you trying to say?
Anyway.
Go ahead.
so
Raz,
yeah. What's up?
Hold on. Let
Let her talk. What's up?
so Raz, I genuinely don't think that you're being serious simply because earlier you said that the heart
Well, I am,
has
but,
more
yeah.
brain cells than the brain does.
That's insulting. Why would you insult somebody when I'm trying to have a good debate right now?
Okay, I'm trying to.
How about
I
we
just
tie it
like
back to the
don't
guns?
believe that you're serious.
I don't
Back to the
believe
guns?
you're actually educated to actually conversate me right now. So why don't you shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down?
I'm not even sitting down. I'm laying down.
Got it?
How about
So-
back to guns? Back to guns, maybe.
Yeah,
Successful.
boom,
Okay.
boom, fucker. My point is the fact that there is a reality where people want to get rid of the First Amendment. Hey, back to
Yeah.
guns. We need guns to scare these fuckers away. My opinion, that's it. Period.
I think period, bro. I guess.
Facts.
I think I'm okay with guns. Obviously, I think it's a right that all Americans should have. But I do believe in, and I'm not too educated on the process of buying a gun. Obviously, like I'll admit that. But I
Civil
do think
background
that,
check.
yeah, I do think that like for more the more I'd say I don't want to say extreme of a gun, like because obviously that's not the terminology. But like, we'll say powerful. The more powerful the gun is, I think it should be a little bit harder to get one. Like I think with fully automatic rifles and such, I think there should be like more stricter background checks, and like I think they should be able to look more on the person, because I don't think it's the gun's fault. I think it's the people behind the gun's fault. For all of
Civilians
these
can legally
issues.
3D print little rocket launchers, by the way.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's
I
insane.
didn't really hear your opinion. What was your opinion?
Who?
My
And-
opinion.
And
And
the
Me?
female. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a lot of opinions on guns. I pretty much agree with that. I believe that according to our Second Amendment right, we should have rights to own guns. However, there should be heavier restrictions based on how powerful the gun is.
What's the purpose of the Second Amendment?
No, Second
Originally
Amendment.
to protect
right.
against tyranny from the government.
Now, let her answer the question, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude.
No, it's okay. I don't care if like someone else answers a question for me. Especially like I said, I'm not as educated with gun laws. But to my knowledge, the Second Amendment is to protect the rights of guns and for civilians. Right to bear arms.
So it's specifically to resist against tyranny, both foreign and domestic tyranny. So whether that's a foreign invasion or whether that's a tyranny of our own government, and the whole point of the Second Amendment is not for hunting, it's not for self defense, it's not for shooting the mugger in the convenience store. It's to have a civilian capable militaristic ability, essentially. I worded that terribly, but you get what I'm saying. For civilians and the populace to be able to defend against a tyrannical
It
government.
scares the fuck out of old people who are fucking boomers running this country right now.
It's meant to give civilians military capabilities, essentially, is what it
Yeah.
is.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know that, so
Yeah.
thank you.
So whether that's
I
guns
will
or
say-
machine guns or drones or explosives, all of which you
I
can
do
get,
think
by the way.
I do. Those are all things you can get. I do think that it is important to protect against tyranny. Obviously, tyranny is bad, but
Yeah, it is
I
bad.
also think that people with that definition are, I would say, finding like ways to like, I don't know how to word this the right way, like, but I'm saying with the Second Amendment, people are using the Second Amendment and taking advantage of the Second Amendment.
Who?
People are
Who?
Let him finish, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let us say who, but
I was getting there, thank you, but
all
I
right,
think
I'm sorry, my bad. I
by
apologize.
taking advantage of the Second Amendment, I mean, if the purpose of the Second Amendment is to protect against tyranny, and people are using firearms to commit, atrocities, right? Like,
Well, just
mean,
let him finish, dude.
I know.
I would
I
say
don't know who. I don't know what he's talking about. That's all.
I would say just mass shootings as a whole are obvious. Like, you can't look someone in the face and say mass shootings aren't an issue.
Where?
I mean,
Sorry. Do it again.
where?
All of the United States, last year we had more shootings than we had days of the year.
They're SSRIs, dude. We gotta look at SSRIs, dude. SSRIs are causing issues right now.
Well, we
We're
did
not
not
talking
have.
about this.
Hold up, we did not have more mass shootings than we did days in the year.
I'm like 90% sure that we did.
Not mass shootings. If you're talking about just like gang violence and shit like that, don't Charlie Kirk me when I say that. But
Mhm.
you know,
No, but with shootings and stuff,
Where?
obviously, what do you mean where?
I'll see you
Like,
night.
I don't know who
there
you're
was
talking
just
about,
one
man.
at an In and Out.
Can you name a mass shooting that's happened in America, Raz? Can you
Me?
name one?
I can't.
Are you
The
Are
Las
you- are you- are
Vegas
you
one, that
serious?
guy was paid by Saudi Arabia.
non-serious?
And then we got, I don't know, man, school shootings, man. I don't know. I have no idea, man.
Sure, school shootings.
Just-
School
just,
shootings. We'll say
uh,
school
just a
shootings.
quick, let's just do a quick number check, right? In 2024, there was a total of gun deaths in the U.S. totaled 44,447, according to the CDC. This is all gun deaths in total, so suicides, gang violence, mass shootings. In Europe, that same year, more than 62,700 Europeans died of heat stroke
Yes.
Okay.
because they don't have AC. So like
Yes.
people say like, oh, gun violence, mass shootings.
How many of them
shootings.
died of gun violence?
Of what? No, they
How
died.
How many
of-
people in
How many
people in
Europeans
all
died?
of Europe died of gun violence?
Yeah.
I can Google that up. But the
Please.
point I was trying to make is that it is such a
Yeah, 'cause
statistically
yeah.
small number, and second of all, saying that like sure it's it's a what is it, overused argument, like guns aren't the problem, people is a problem, but look back towards 70s and 80s,
That's
right?
true a lot of the
People
time.
used to go to school, teenagers with their shotguns for hunting in the back of their trucks. It wasn't an issue.
I was saying too, man, it's like these people are brainwashed nowadays. They believe like, oh yeah, we go to school and they shoot people. No, these people are an SSRIs, dude. SSRI is a fucking dangerous drug, dude. And no one talks about that.
That's the issue.
It
is.
SSRI.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken SSRI, Raz?
No, dude. I'm not depressed, dude. I'm fucking chilling, bro.
Fucking chilling.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Brad.
I mean, the thing is that like it's more about an issue of somebody's mental state to be willing to like commit an atrocity against somebody else like that than it is
think-
an issue with guns. And that's the thing, is that like, okay, yes, guns are like relatively speaking, if you're just a depressed teenager and you want to like let it out on the world around you, yeah, guns are like a relatively easier way to do that. But in terms of like, okay, we want to like actually prevent mass casualty events, guns are not the way that you go to like cause mass casualty events. You know, cars are like a far more effective means of doing that than guns. And if somebody has like even the slightest like inkling of brain power, it ends up being like explosives, right? And and also another thing is like a lot of those gun deaths and mass shootings are related to gang violence. This is like intergang wars in gang territories. And you could argue that it's like, okay, hey, maybe we should have more restrictions on firearms. You could say specifically for the purpose of preventing mass shootings, maybe we should have more mental health background checks to prevent people in with these kind of proclivities from obtaining firearms and stuff like that. I would say that there's probably like some sort of merit to that, but the problem, and I think it's a problem with like basically all legislature, is that like politicians end up wanting to slap a band-aid on the problem instead of addressing the root cause, because that's always the easiest thing to do. Not only is it always the easiest thing to do,
So the one thing I see too, bro, is the fact that if you actually allow people to have the carry all the time, no matter what, who's gonna rob a bank, dude? No one is. Who's gonna actually rob a grocery store? Who's gonna actually punch in the face? New York right now is having an issue right now with young women getting punched in the face. And the fact is, if you even open carry, dude, you're not gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You think?
That's fair. Yeah,
I mean,
I actually agree with that.
violence still does happen, but it's
It is, but
from the standpoint of a criminal, it's like criminals are opportunistic. They.
I mean, yeah, like for example, there was two
The
like the
laws
in and out
loose
shooting.
right now, dog. The laws loose right now, dude.
The in and out shooting, for example, was mostly like a lot of the lives were saved by a man who was open carrying, or not open carrying, but he was carrying a firearm and ended up saving a bunch of people. So yes, firearms in the hands of the right people is amazing, and the amount of people who are fit to own a gun versus the people who aren't is drastically larger. So
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, right? It's not just an issue of like, okay, right? Even if we admit that it's like a band-aid fix to add background checks and stuff like that, right? Once again, like what is the purpose of the Second Amendment? It's not just to like, okay, actively defend tyranny on like the physical standpoint of like, oh, this guy's infringing on my rights, boom, shoot him in the face. But like just the act of like the American populace having firearms, having access to firearms, having access to military doctrine and similar equipment, that acts as a deterrent. I think that acts as a greater deterrent than like most Americans realize. And that's really where this kind of like legislature ends up being an issue. Is like, yes, we can save lives like this, right? We can save lives by mandating car manufacturers to put speed limiters into every single vehicle, to where if you're on a road that has a marked speed limit, right, your vehicle physically cannot go over that speed limit. Like we can save lives doing that, right? We can save lives by like.
So hold on. So my point is the fact that like Europe right now is a good example. Britain right now, there's no gun rights in Britain. You can't have you can't have a gun. And with that being said, dude, it's not working.
Yeah, there's still a large amount of.
We're not against. Well, I mean, me personally, I'm not against like banning guns at all. I agree.
Yeah, maybe we should switch topics, because I think everybody here is on somewhat agreement.
Can I say two things before we switch topics? Just to
sure.
ask Atlas a question. Okay, so first, you said that cars are more of a weapon used in like mass casualty events than guns.
No. I'm saying they're a more effective weapon to be used if like mass casualty is your desired effect.
So
this
is
more prominently used.
Even since it's more effective, right? Does that mean that we still should just have no focus towards fixing possible solutions that are less effective, like for mass casualty events? Yeah, like for mass casualties, sure, cars may be more effective, but that doesn't mean that guns are still used for them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, and I think the only point that I was trying to get to is that like, all of these things, right? Where it's like, yeah, I think people should have guns for self-defense, but the government, like, there is a problem with mass shootings, so the government should try to like, have some solution to like minimize that. The problem is that like, once you start, once you give the government the authority to like, hey, here's this constitutional right, like let's nitpick it. Maybe they don't need this. Maybe they don't need that. Like once you set that precedent and once you get that ball rolling, it doesn't stop. That's basically the entire reason that like things like suppressors are banned in the U.S. Right? There's no there's no reason for that, right? Suppressors were originally banned. They were put into the National Firearms Act. They were literally just thrown in there haphazardly because people were trying to stop gang violence, because a lot of these Italian mafias and stuff were shooting at places with Tommy guns, right? And that's why, you know, now we can't have like short-barreled rifles under 60 inches, which, like, you know, legally you look at it, like, really doesn't make sense. Suppressors were thrown in there, so you throw in this precedent, and the government now gets this authority to constrict this right, and they end up constricting it like more and more and more. And that's, I think, the reason specifically for the Second Amendment that this is dangerous is because it is what underpins all of our other rights as Americans, right? Like, fundamentally, your right is just any rights, any laws. It's based on violence, right? Like, the reason that, you know, rent works, if I have a house and I rent it out to someone, it's because, like, if they don't pay me rent, I'm going to call the cops on them, and if they don't, you know, oblige to the cops, they're going to evict them, and if they don't do that, like, the cops are going to go to arrest them. They try to resist, like, they're going to shoot
squatters.
like, you know, everything is built, like, whether we like it or not, is just like an abstraction on violence. The reason, like, government exists is because they have a monopoly on violence, right? And I think that, like, the ability for citizens to have this completely untouchable, you know, legally granted access to where it's like, I can be in charge of my own violence that I can dish out to the world, whether it's for defending myself, defending my family, someone else, or from preventing the government from infringing on my right to speak, my right to vote, etc. I think that that's why, specifically for the Second Amendment, these band-aid solutions, even though, like, they might work short term, you know, if we, like, heavily instill a bunch of background checks, you know, maybe we'll see, like, a short term decrease in, you know, mass shootings or people like that being able to have access to guns. But, like, in the long run, I don't think that that is something that America as a nation, as a people, would value from.
Great point.
Right.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, but yeah, 6 something like that. Look at that shit.
All right, we can move on to the next topic. Do you guys think it's a net positive or net negative that Trump got elected over Kamala Harris? And y'all can just free for all it.
Okay, go first or no?
Net
Can we go-
positive for the wrong reasons.
Can we go
Fact.
one at a time,
Yeah, we can do
like,
that
and just
too.
say net
Okay,
positive and net negative?
Oh, what is your answer?
Oh, me, Atlas. Yeah, I would say net positive for the wrong reasons, because he didn't, you know, end up holding up a lot of his promises. I think that, oh man, you know, I think that there was actually quite a lot of people on the more right wing side who, even during that election, they were like, I would rather vote for Kamala Harris because it would essentially cause people to more quickly realize the fact that, like, the government is overreaching, than, you know, if Trump got elected, because usually, like, Republicans end up, like, being a little bit more passive about that, and usually people on the Republican side care, like, a little bit more about government overreach than people on the, you know, on the Democrat side. But there's people who are saying, like, no, yeah, like, I'll vote for her because it'll, like, basically accelerationism, basically it'll get people to, like, wake up faster. And I think for, you know, one reason or another, it's good because it's caused a lot of dissatisfaction in the on the Republican side of the spectrum with who they have essentially representing them as a leader, and it's actually caused a decent amount of, like, overlap and conversation to happen across both sides of the aisle, where it's like, yeah, we both don't like this, like, this sucks, like, we have other reasons, you know, that we don't like this, that we might not agree on, and we have other, like, broad, you know, disagreements, but it's like we're both like fed up with this bullshit. Maybe, like, let's come to terms on that. And I think that that's I think that that's been probably, like, the biggest net benefit.
Okay. Acklearn.
Net benefit, I'd say probably no. I mean, I disagree with a lot of Trump's policy. I think the war in Iran was obviously detrimental. I think, I think the also the corruption with, like, Qatar with his family and all that, very bad. The people he put in the administration, I don't like either. A lot of them are very unprofessional. Pete Hegseth, probably one of the most prominent ones. So I would say probably not a net positive, if you ask me.
Yeah. So I would say that Trump being elected over Kamala, I would say net negative, and this isn't me defending Kamala. I don't like her very much as a Democratic candidate. I think that she was relatively incompetent during Biden's term, and she didn't do much. And agree with a lot of her policy positions and such. But I will say negative.
Raz, bro, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
Guys, where you at?
Yeah. So, my turn.
Yeah,
No,
or no,
okay, go for it.
and then
No,
yes, it is your
I'm
turn.
okay. I'm just saying that negative. I think that the limited policy that she would have put forward would be probably a little bit better than what's happening, what Trump is doing. Because I'm not a big fan of his policies.
Yeah.
For sure, guys.
All right, Raz.
Yeah. So, she was a what's it called? A douche, and Trump is a douche too. Because it's crazy how like he went from going no more long wars, no more long wars, and now we're fighting a war.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
Are you surprised by that?
First, RS.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah. What's up?
No, RS go, and then y'all go free for all. RS then
Mm. I think
Yo,
it was
tee
a
up,
net.
bro.
I think it was a net.
All right. Okay, y'all gotta get it together.
Good positive. It's a net positive. It's a net positive.
Okay.
That's because I'm sexist. Specifically because I'm sexist and I don't like women in politics.
All right. Well, speak in the chat.
Anyhow.
I mean, at least he's honest. At least he's honest.
All right, and your turn.
Yeah, I believe that it was like generally a net negative.
Okay. Y'all go free for all. I'll be like back in 10 seconds. Ask
Okay.
questions, bro. Get it spicy, Cabal.
Of course. So I think we could all pretty universally agree that Kamala wasn't a great Democratic candidate. If you're a fan, if you're a Democrat or a Republican, I feel like Republicans can look at her and realize she wasn't really indicative of what a lot of Democrats in Congress and such believe.
Well, she was the candidate, dude. It was forced on us.
No, but I'm
What?
just saying she wasn't the best. Like I'm not defending her.
Yeah,
when
she
I'm
was
saying-
very
Like that, but like she was forced on us.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But it's you also got to. Part of it's Biden's fault too because he should have stepped down like way earlier.
I agree.
Okay.
You think Biden was in charge, dude?
Huh?
What?
Raz, you wearing pants right now?
No, dude. Like, you guys sound retarded.
All I
Biden
know is
actually
that Biden-
fucking was in charge right now, dude.
It doesn't matter if he's in charge. I'm just saying he should have stepped down earlier. That's my point.
Yeah.
All I know
Right.
is
I'm
Right,
sorry.
but you think the retarded guy is gonna step down?
What?
Dude, if you had the power in the world, dude, you would not step down, dude.
I just want to say,
my
guys,
point-
I'm really sorry
okay,
for not
my
being able to
point
keep
is
it
that-
professional earlier. I'm just
My
wanna
point is that
apologize.
he should have.
I 100% agree with RS's statement. I think professionalism is really important in a debate like this.
Right, but does that happen in the U.S. Senate?
What? Does what happen?
Professionalism?
I mean, not that
No,
much.
I'm just saying I feel like we as a collective.
Look at Fauci right now, dude.
What about him?
He claimed on CNN he would never claim a fifth.
Okay.
I think that's a little
And-
sidetracked.
Okay, you're right. What's going on?
Yeah, he lied, and what am I supposed to do about that?
That's his job.
Professionalism, dude. Professionalism.
He was talking about professionalism between us, like in this conversation.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Senate or whatever or Congress.
Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Okay, Kamala, I think we could all agree once again, relatively incompetent, not a good Democratic candidate, anything like that. I think that if you put the right people in charge with her, then she would have been a lot better for our country than Trump is. I don't think Trump. You guys said you weren't Trump fans earlier. I don't think he has done a lot of positive for our country. So I'm just saying that I think yeah, I would say net negative. Trump being elected is net negative. Anyone? Someone, please.
And
I think Trump's done enough reasonable good things. I think the biggest thing is just is purely like foreign influence and his susceptibility to that, and I think that's probably a lot of most people on the right, that's their like primary dissatisfaction with him. And I think another thing, like for me personally at least, it's a little bit it's a little bit confusing to see, because I think that like Trump's goal, I think the one thing that he was like honest about is he wanted to make a name for himself, right? Like he, both in business and also in terms of like he wanted the guy, right? That's the whole purpose of like the Make America Great Again slogan. Like he wanted to be the guy who brought the American empire back, who made America, a great and respected nation again, right? Um, and I honestly believe that that was his motivation, probably from a selfish standpoint. I mean, most rulers kind of end up doing that from a selfish standpoint. But it's a little bit, it's like strange to me if he really wanted to be if he really wanted to be remembered for that, um like why does he let this like seemingly clearly like negative influence into our country, specifically like let's say in terms of the Iran war and Israel's relationship to that? Why does he let you know Israel like boss him around like that? And I think that that's probably, did he leave?
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Bro,
real quick?
Yeah,
I could not keep
Um,
together.
You said Trump wanted to like make America back into like this empire. So are you like saying that before 2016 we weren't like an empire? Like I feel like we're definitely the dominant force around the world.
I think we were the dominant force.
Which is
But
good.
yeah, America was clearly on a decline. Especially, I
But
mean,
I think would you not say that now our allies are definitely more skeptical of us, especially because like in Europe and certainly I mean in the Middle East, like the Gulf states, they're definitely
I mean potentially, but I also don't think that like world status and world domination purely relies on like how many allies you have, specifically like
right.
if
But
those
those are
allies are
those
super
specific
beneficial.
allies are very important. We want those are like ones
They're
that we
they're
kind of
they're
these
very
are
important, but allies don't make a world power. Um,
well
Italy has a lot of allies.
right. But I'm saying
Like,
allies that kind of work in our favor, like geopolitically,
Mhm.
economically, and militarily, right?
No, I get that, but I don't think that those are just because you have a lot of allies and you're pleasing them and they're happy with you. I don't think that that is like the hallmark fire, dude.
Not just
For
pleasing them, but I mean just like starting a war and then they get attacked and you kind of just can't really do anything. They're like,
Mhm.
well, why would we ally with you? We're gonna go ally with like China instead. They could
No,
fucking
yeah, and I agree with that.
yeah.
Um,
That was my point. That's what I
the
meant. Is like
and
like just like we shouldn't if we're gonna dedicate ourselves to like a country for like a valid cause or like a group of countries, like we should hold up to that. That's my point.
yeah, no, and I guess I would agree with that. I would say that allies don't make allies don't make a nation. Well, allies would make a nation, but they don't make a superpower. I mean, I think China is a perfect example of that. China really doesn't have like in terms of like forward facing. China doesn't have a ton of geopolitical allies. They get most of their
They're getting most
allegiances
of
from.
Africa on their side, which is
Well, they're
erased.
getting, yeah, they're getting it through essentially exerting either financial force or political and like
Also,
military
if you think
force.
about it, it's a win-win because what they're doing is, I mean, something we kind of do or did, and we should probably keep doing is they're going to these countries that are like obviously dirt poor and like in pretty bad conditions. They're like, listen, like we're probably going to exploit you for your stuff, but we're also going to develop your economy and like make you not dirt poor. And it's like a
Yeah,
win for the countries too, right?
yeah.
So and then
At
in the
least, well,
future,
at least in the short term, because then that company
yeah,
is
but
essentially
still,
in
the
inception.
point is like those countries are. There's no way they're going to be aligned with the West after like they're going to be like, well, China's the ones that like
Yeah,
developed
built
us. So
built all
they
of our infrastructure. Yeah, gave us ports and
yeah,
commerce.
exactly.
Yeah,
So that's my point.
yeah.
Okay. We've been going for about an hour. I'll do one more prompt and then I'll probably be
I was
ending
gonna
it.
ask Anne one question. Uh, not to single you out, but you are the only woman here, and I specifically made my point because I disagree with a woman being the president of the United States. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so I generally don't feel like gender should like choose whether or not like how well a president would run. Um what's your take on that? Like why do you believe that women should not be in positions of power.
So I think women are pretty good at being communal. Like in a small community, they're very good at, having like, okay, for example, right? Women on average are smarter than men, right? Women on average have like I think like 2 or 3 IQ points higher than men, but that's on average, right? There's not a lot of like women geniuses out there compared to like men geniuses. Like there's a lot of men who are really, really smart, or they're just like really, really dumb, right? So, and that's a biological reason. And the reason for that is because women are supposed to be able to take care of a community. They're supposed to have kids. They're supposed to be able to assimilate, right? For a woman to make decisions in, especially being like the president of the United States, that's a very serious job to have. And I don't think a woman biologically is fit for that.
You don't believe that women are biologically fit to run a country because
Yes.
because they're supposed to raise children and run a community?
That's
Yeah.
not what he said.
But I mean,
That's what he said.
even with that said, I think that women are supposed to have lesser jobs. So if you're saying is a woman's job being the president of the United States or raising a family and like being a community leader, yes.
If you had to choose between a woman whose like policies you agree with and is clearly educated and like mature versus like someone that's lost their fucking mind, you're telling me you're not choosing the woman just because she's a woman.
Well, we need some chaos on the real.
Okay. I mean, at least he's
On
being
the real.
honest.
Not gonna lie. I just genuinely don't think. I think a woman would.
Okay, but the point is the argument's not really grounded in anything. It's more just like you just kind of feel like it.
Well, no, I have my
That's literally what
reasons
you're saying.
for
You're
it.
saying I just don't think a woman should be like
Because of the fact that it's not biologically correct and that it would put the country
it's not,
at risk.
It's not what correct? It's not what correct?
It's not biologically correct.
What does biologically correct mean? Like, how do you determine when something's
Gender
biologically
roles.
correct and incorrect?
Is a penis supposed to go in an asshole?
What does that have to do with being president?
Is a penis? No, wait. You said
I
what's
mean, if
bio-
you ask the Senate, it has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it really does.
No, we're talking being
That
someone
was
being
a great joke.
You're
Derek.
asking about what is biologically correct.
yeah, like
okay?
in terms of like it
In terms of gender, but what I'm saying is, I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to.
biology.
I'm
Sitting in the
trying.
Oval Office has nothing to do with biology.
I'm trying to kind of find a middle ground for you. So, would you and just answer the question? Would you consider sticking a penis in an asshole biologically correct?
Biologically
Really
correct?
like
Probably
this.
not, I guess, because that's not what it's meant to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is a woman meant to lead?
Who determines what a
Sure.
who did
Sure.
who determines what a
are.
woman is?
Some women, not all women, but some women, yeah. Same thing with men,
Very,
not all
very,
men.
very, very, very few. But it's like the same. It's like the same
Correct.
argument
That's
that
why,
they have.
yes,
But listen,
there are very,
listen,
very
listen.
few. That's why there's very,
It's
very
like the
few
same.
women
It's the same
presidential
argument.
candidates. Yeah.
It's the same argument for if women should or if men should be allowed to play in women's sports. Don't get me wrong. I guarantee you. Listen, I guarantee you that one WNBA player would beat my ass in a game of basketball.
I never said men should play in women's sports. In
Okay,
fact,
I'm trying.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the original argument though, but it's okay. My point is, women, right? There's definitely women in America that meet like the qualifications to be president, and I don't see why they shouldn't be able to run for president or serve as president.
I think that if we have two candidates that have somehow made it to be able to sit there and be on the podium and get to that debate, if they're the two electeds or the two people that are going to be competing in an election, I think that if the man got there, I think the man has more power than the woman. And
What do you mean by power?
I mean that I think he would be more capable.
What? Why?
Because he's a man.
Okay, so
he's more fit biologically to do the job.
How can you explain to me what like biological genes or like sort of genetic markers relate to the Oval Office?
Testosterone.
Testosterone? How does testosterone relate to serving as president?
Because testosterone makes you think. It makes you like, okay, for example, if you talk to a guy with high estrogen, he won't take risks. He won't work out. Blah
Are
blah
there
blah
no
blah blah.
women
blah.
that take risks?
Not a lot.
I
Not a
take
lot.
all the
Is there
time.
women? Are there women that like, for
Hold up.
example, I
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
know.
whoa, wait.
Are there
And
women? Hold on.
and
Are there women?
what?
Are there women that trade stocks?
Very, very. I have never met
Are
not a
there,
single
like,
woman in
does
my
that
life.
exist? Is there are there women that trade stocks? Like, does that
Probably.
exist? Do they? So they take a risk, right?
Mhm.
Are there women that?
They're probably well. Hold up. They probably take it. They probably do it in a very more like
Also,
well
taking a risk.
sophisticated manner.
We just saw the type of risk that your boy Trump took. That wasn't a really good risk with that
That's not
Elon
my
war,
boy.
was it?
We'll
Not
see.
really a good risk.
We'll see.
We'll see. he just basically like bowed down before them and said and just like backed away. What the fuck was that?
We'll see. Just saying. We'll see. But hold up, Anne.
Again.
What was your question again?
Well, I
I
didn't
mean,
ask.
Oh no, you said you take risks. What risks do you take?
I don't want to disclose those. It's like personal that I would not want
Okay,
to.
but there are women that take risks, so that argument is gone. But like, I still don't think that
Not as much as okay. You take the hot. You take the. Oh, okay. For example, if you take the most risk-taking woman in the world.
What do you? And again,
Hold
what
up.
risks? Like, there's
Hold
small
up.
risks, there's big risks. Like, it depends. What are we talking about here? There's no. You have no clear metric. You're
You
just
don't.
like kind
I
of
don't think you
moving around
understand.
all over the place.
No, because I don't think you understand the genetic difference.
I don't think. I think I understand the genetic difference very well between men and women. Probably understand it much better than you.
Do you?
I guarantee you, my knowledge of biology and chemistry is better than yours. I promise you that.
Okay. Okay. Well, hold up. Can you tell me what happens if a man has too high of estrogen?
If a man has too high estrogen,
Yeah. Or actually, I'll just ask you what level of estrogen should a man have in his body?
I don't know the exact percentage.
I can
Not
look it up.
percentage. Not percentage. I'm talking about nanograms per deciliter. How many nanograms per deciliter should a man have? How many nanograms per deciliter of testosterone should a man have to be considered average? Okay,
Because I don't know.
So I know more than you.
Okay,
Okay, there we go. Boom.
sure. If that's what you want to believe, but still, you
I
still
think
haven't
I think
proven-
the I think the thing is like RS, you're correct on your in my opinion, right? You're correct on your general track that there is serious genetic differences in between men and women. There's a reason that you know men's proclivities towards things like physical strength, towards risk taking, towards intelligence and stuff like that are versus social empathy, etc., are skewed differently than a woman's. But the thing is about statistics is that you always have outliers. You always have outliers. I think a great example is in terms of like female leaders, right? Queen Elizabeth in of Russia, she was imported. She was an imported bride, I believe, from Germany. I might be wrong. I'm not a huge history buff. But essentially, took her husband's position to the throne, had him murdered in jail, and basically made during her tenure as queen, made Russia like one of the most prosperous empires like during that time, and was a great leader for her country. Now, if you look over like the course of history, like how many women have actually been able to be like successful leaders for their country, it's like a very very small amount. And I would say that like you're correct in saying that like in general women are less fit to be leaders than men, especially once you get to such a high echelon as like having is essentially final say over a nation. Obviously like the role of a president isn't the same as like the role of a monarch, right? But the roles and the responsibilities you have and the amount of an outlier that you need to be increases, right? Versus like being the owner of a small business or being the owner of a multi-million
like okay, for example, right, for something that's like super super hard to achieve, and a lot of men fail at this, but like for example, Navy SEALs, thousands of women have tried out to be a Navy SEAL and not one has been able to complete the course, right? And they have been able to pass the physical tests. It's a mental thing, right? If you ask any Navy SEAL, like, oh, blah, 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 it's not because they were more physically fit, it's because they were more mentally fit. So
we're talking about the presidency, though, right? What is the test, like the physical or mental test? Like, what is the metric that you need to pass?
What I'm
president that a man passes and a woman doesn't.
If people elect you, that's what determines.
Okay,
it.
so your standard is just if you can get elected, then you're fit to be president.
if the people think you're fit to be president, such as,
Okay, so
for
then
example,
you
if
really
you
have no
think that
problem with a woman being president in the first place if your standard is just whether you can get elected, right?
no, I'm saying that's the ultimate determining factor.
Okay, so so what is like this? So the standard, right? That someone would have to pass to be president in your eyes.
I don't know. I have to think on it.
Okay, cool.
Last prompt. We can make this quick. There is an election tomorrow in a hypothetical universe with everything we know. Take into account everything Trump has done in this administration as well. Would you vote for Trump or Kamala? We'll go around. Just say the name and then y'all can get into it. So, sorry, your name just pops up as O for me.
Oh, neither.
Okay. Alkaline.
Probably. I'm also neither, but leaning towards Kamala.
Evid.
I agree. I don't like either candidate, but I would vote for Kamala just because I think she's the lesser of two evils.
RS.
Blow my brains out.
Anne.
I feel like you'd have to pick the lesser of two evils, so I would vote for Kamala. Who's
I
not voting with.
I might agree with RS on this one for once.
I don't even know what he said. What did you say, RS? I couldn't hear
Blow
you.
my brains out.
You'd
Right,
blow
guys,
your.
I guess that's
You
it.
did.
Don't remind me, bro. That shit traumatized me when I was like 8 years old. Fuck.
Can I ask everyone a question though regarding this topic?
Mhm.
If you were to pick any figure currently in American politics that you would want to run for president, if you were to pick a presidential candidate and a vice presidential candidate, who would you
Hear
want?
me out, Mamdani. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is why. We just gotta like he was saying with Kamala and shit. We just gotta see radicalization so that people realize how much it sucks, and then
I want Raz in office. I want Raz in office.
yo Raz.
That's a good
Yeah.
Who could be
Bro.
Raz's cabinet?
I'm so
Raz
sorry. I was
2020.
dying earlier, bro. Like,
So was I, dude.
trying
did
so
y'all
hard
see
to
his
get
ass cheeks? Was that just me?
Oh, I saw it.
I asked
Bro.
him if he was
didn't.
wearing pants.
What a guy.
Yo,
Oh,
Raz is my goat. Raz is the goat of the
Nah, Raz is him, bro. Raz for president, bro.
Thumbnail
Fire.
has
I
to be
agree.
Raz
Raz.
2028.
Thumbnail has to be Raz in the middle, and then just all of us reacting to Raz around it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Shit.
Perfect.
Hey, we should run this back sometime. Not even gonna lie.
I'm so
no.
down.
Yeah,
This
this
was
is
a lot of
fun.
I
fun.
got the
Yeah.
group chat, so when I do this, I'll get some more people, and then I'll just link the group
Oh,
chat.
bro, we should get like 20 fucking people in here. Just go crazy.
Gonna be a
You gotta
shit
make a
show.
server for that.
Yeah, on God.
Get some spicier.
I'm only
questions,
doing this
too.
again if Raz is involved.
Fire.
Agreed.
All right, y'all.
I miss him.
Well,
Be safe.
all right. I think that's it, guys. You guys all did great. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Good job, everybody.
Swag.
Be safe, y'all.
Take care.
I love
Peace.
you.